Hello everyone, my name is Tiffany and this is my channel, Who's Your Handmade. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Today's video is a little bit of a sewing catch-up, kind of like a Tuesday sews. So if that sounds interesting to you, stick around. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by today. And if you're already a friend of mine, welcome back. Thank you so much for your friendship and for coming back video after video. I know it's been a little bit since I made a video, so I wanted to stop in and chat with you guys today. Or as I record this video, it is a beautiful Sunday morning. You can see the sun shining there. We have a little bit before we need to get to church, so I thought I would just come up here and chat with you. I've been in and out of my videos and I'm going to talk about that in the life portion of this video, but I did want to share with you my sewing makes for Addie. Easter was last weekend and it's always a big sewing event for me. I like to make my little girl an Easter outfit every year. She is 4 years old, so I wanted to kind of go a little more, not mature for a 4-year-old obviously, but not as you know, babyish as I have in the past. So I found some fabric in my stash. I think I've had it for several years. I'm pretty sure I got it from Fabric Mart Fabrics. It was like a premium cotton. It does wrinkle very easily. So the dress I'm getting ready to show you is probably a little bit more wrinkled than I would like. It is beautiful fabric though. Obviously cotton sews really well, and I really enjoyed working with it, and I loved pairing it with the gingham that I have. Let me go ahead and show you this dress here. So this is Addie's Easter dress. This is the Little Lizard King Quincy. This is the Quincy dress. I have made Addie's Easter dress from Little Lizard King patterns exclusively. Every year has been a Little Lizard King pattern, and this one is no different. I did want to challenge myself this year. I stepped out of my comfort zone. It has a full wrap. This is a full wrap dress. Let me show you here. This is the wrap skirt. So you can see that the skirt comes around and it ties here, and then you have a snap here. Never worked with snaps before, never worked with a wrap style dress before, and you have snaps in here as well. So I did use sew on snaps. That was a new experience. Had to look up how to successfully sew those on. And then this would have been, you know, tied there at her waist, and I'll show pictures. I just have it kind of looped there right now to hold it together, but just beautiful. I wanted the tears. I wanted a more simplistic but yet beautiful pattern for Addie this year, so the wrap style was just really, really pretty. A few tips about this dress if you want to make this one for yourself. Definitely go out to the Little Lizard King Facebook pages. They have a main sewing group page where people, you know, share their makes and talk about patterns and that kind of thing. And then they have another group for sew-alongs, and they had a Quincy sew-along. Thank goodness. Thankfully, they had done a sew-along for this, because I was very confused with the wrap. I was confused as to if this was a fully wrap skirt. In the pictures online, it was really hard to tell that this is, in fact, a wrap skirt. Now, it doesn't... you're not worried about anyone seeing anything like the wrap coming undone, because this is the other layer. The two layers of the dress meet over here. So she's fully covered. You're not worried about it opening that way, but it is wrap. It is definitely a wrap style dress, and it does, you have to finish this edge, and they show you how to do this really nice corner down here. So just a lot of techniques that stretched me, and I was better for it, but I'm glad I had the sew along. So definitely go over and check out their Facebook pages, and especially that sew along page if you're lost and don't know where to go with even the really great instructions that Little Lizard King gives you. So I went with the puff short sleeves. They have an elastic down here at the bottom, really cute. Now that was a problem that I had with the instructions. They didn't tell you to fold this over wide enough to insert the 1/4" elastic. So I do have a little bit of an issue with the pattern there. I fixed it. I messed it up on one of them, and then I fixed it again. So it worked. So I knew that that would be okay. A little puff sleeves. sleeves is what they turned out to be, just really cute. And then you have obviously those tiers. I wanted to do some more with that gingham. I wanted to maybe add another layer down here with that gingham fabric. Alas, I just did not have enough fabric to do that. This gingham fabric, I only had about a yard left of it, so I made do with what I had. I did have enough for a bonnet. Let me show you her bonnet. This is the Little Lizard King Clover. So the outside is made with the fabric of the dress, and then the inside is all this gingham. This is a really neat pattern, by the way. I know they look intimidating, but I whipped this pattern up, this makeup in less than an afternoon. I really did. It was just a few hours that I worked on this, cutting it out and everything. So they really go together very quickly. You have a limited amount of pieces that you have to deal with, just like one or two. You do have to have some interfacing to make it, strong and stand up like a hat would. You can actually flip this side around because you have made buttonholes in this piece and sewn the buttons onto this. So this one is stationary, but you could flip this one around and make it, the gingham side out, or leave it floral like this. So this is what I decided to go with. And then you have these really cute little ties, just very, Little House on the Prairie-esque. And I just love it. So I did make her the extra large size, the largest size that they have in this Little Lizard King Clover. So I'm pretty sure this is the last year, unless her head doesn't grow anymore. I thought last year was going to be the last, but I tried on her bonnet from last year and it still kind of fit her. So her head hadn't grown too much from last year to this year, so we'll see, but definitely really cute. And I love to display these in my sewing room. I will try to take a picture. I've got them up on one of my shelves. I put water bottles underneath them to hold their form, and I just like looking at them. They kind of remind me of her whole Easter outfit without putting the dress up here as well. So very successful Easter sewing. I'm very happy with what I made, and she looks absolutely beautiful. So I'll put some pictures in, like I said, at the end. Didn't get anything made for myself. That's okay. Life, life is lifing. So that's all right. Maybe I could make myself something for Mother's Day. One of you were so sweet to suggest Mother's Day as an occasion for a new dress for me. So maybe I'll look toward that. Other sewing projects that I'm trying to get done is this Rachel skirt. I had cut it out in this stretch denim. I had a remnant from Joann's that I was trying to use for that. I cut out the waistband in this soft knit fabric, so that'll be a soft little waistband there for her at her belly. Really excited to get that skirt done. I hope I can work on it here in the coming week. We are going camping next weekend, our first camping trip of the year. We're so excited. We're excited to just get away and be together with our little family and kind of just have fun, focus on being together, leave life at home and just kind of focus on being together. So I do want to take my sewing machine. I am probably only going to take my little brother sewing machine, my first little sewing machine there. I'm not going to take my serger. So I'm trying to think of little projects that I could take and do there, for an afternoon or something. Addie's little undies come to mind, the Little Lizard King Castella, I think that's what it's called, Castella undies. I don't serge the inside of those to just keep them, as soft as possible for her. So I could probably do that. I'll try to think of something else that I can work on. I would like to make myself a little bag, a small bag. Maybe you guys can give me some suggestions on patterns if you have made something like this. I would like to have a small little bag, maybe with handles, that I could take my Bible and my journal back and forth to church with. So let me know if you've made yourself a small little bag. Doesn't have to be a big tote bag. I don't want something too large, maybe something smaller that just a Bible and a journal would fit in, and pen, and that kind of a thing. So let me know if you have any suggestions. I am thinking about trying to figure out how to make one of those for myself. So in this season of life, I have been dealing with a little bit of health issues. I had to go to the doctor this week, and I've been given some instructions to try to reduce stress. Boy, how do you do that? Life is so busy. Work is crazy busy. I have so many more responsibilities, and then you're working with people and you got to deal with people kind of things, and it's just stressful. Balancing life with my family, balancing everything that I need to be doing in the house, plus trying to get in a little bit of sewing for my mental health. It's just a lot. So here's the deal. Here's how that's going to affect my YouTube channel. You will just see me when you see me. Know that I'm doing okay. I appreciate anyone who has reached out in the last several months asking me if I'm okay. And I know it's a switch. I know it's a switch from my usual Tuesday and Friday. I was so strict. I was on a schedule, but that's just not what life is allowing right now. I'm gonna have to just go with the flow. Oh my goodness, I'm not very good at that, y'all. I'm more structured. I'm very structured. I like to have a structured life, but when I can get up here and sew and then make a video for you guys, you will see one. And when I can't, I can't. And I can't stress about it because it's affecting my health. So I don't want to do anything, you know, that adversely affects my health. I want to be here for my little girl, and that's where we're at. So you'll see me when you see me. I really enjoy spending time with you. I love chatting with you. I love reading your comments, and I love connecting with you. So that's my life portion. Oh, I was going to mention Joann's. My Joann's is now closed. I did tiptoe in there. It closed yesterday on a Saturday. So I went in there Friday with Addie, and it was just so empty. It was so empty. You could only get so far into the store. They had things like zippers and buttons, ribbon. They had a lot of ribbon left. They had them in boxes on tables. So very crowded. Lots of people in there trying to get stuff for 80 and 90% off. No patterns left. Not one pattern in the store. So I'm not real sure where the patterns went. I'm hoping and praying that they did not go in a dumpster somewhere. So they told me they were all gone. You know, it is what it is. So I did go in there and kind of say a final goodbye to my Joann. Okay. I think that's going to do it for this sewing catch-up, kind of a Tuesday sews, if you will. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That really does help. And leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you have any bag patterns like I talked about, just a small little tote bag. And let me know what you're working on. I'd love to know about your projects, what's on your sewing table. I love reading your comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful week. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.